All right, how about the weather?
Well, we are looking at a situation that's going to be much different than last week because we're going to be a lot warmer and we're going to be a lot drier. Although right now around Deming, we do still have a flood advisory in effect here. We've got some storms around the Deming area. We got this flood advisory until 6:45 tonight. Essentially what we're getting are storms that are producing rain rates of 1 to 2 inches an hour. And that can be pretty serious stuff out there. And we see across southwestern New Mexico, we've stretched storms now Deming back towards Silver City. These storms are back building here. They have plenty of moisture to work with, and with not a lot of other storms going out there, we're doing okay for storm formation right around Luna County and back up into Grant County at this hour. And what we anticipate, storms hanging on for another few hours once we lose the heat of the day. That's the main lifting mechanism we've got right now. So once we lose the heat, we're going to start to see those storms die off here. And overall, most of the state very hot at this hour and very dry. 97 in the metro. Northwest winds 23 miles an hour. What we're going to enter into here over the next few days are higher fire danger issues for us because the temps are going to be very warm and the winds are going to be gusty, at least at times out there. 80s and 90s across the north right now. 80s and 90s too down to the south. Deming cooling down nicely at 81 degrees thanks to those storms. And you can see southwestern New Mexico really the only area seeing significant storm formation for today. And what we're going to get here over the next few days is still some spot storms going because we do have enough moisture in place across the area here underneath high pressure to allow for some storm formation, but it's not going to allow for a tremendous amount. Some of that moisture is going to make it underneath that high, but it's not going to be the degree to where we're going to see, of course, a big portion of the state seeing a lot in the way of storms. But still, what the big story will be for us will be very warm temperatures, 90s. All the way up into triple-digit heat across the state. In fact, as we take a look at 3 different points here, whether it be areas across the Farmington area, here in the Albuquerque area, across the southwest and southeastern New Mexico, we are going to be well above average. Farmington, forecast high by the time we hit midweek, 97. 94 is the average. The metro, we're going to be about 5 degrees above average. And down around Roswell, about 6 degrees above average. But if you go up toward Tucumcari and areas like that, even Fort Sumner, well over 100 degrees. So we are going to continue to stay very warm out there across the board throughout much of this week. So the overall takeaway from this, fewer storms, more heat, and more dry air, unfortunately for us. So be prepared for fire danger to start to head up once again. Partly to mostly sunny skies across the northwest for tomorrow, and around areas like Durango and Farmington, we are going to see temperatures in the 80s and 90s, and you can see not a real big threat for big-time storms either. Back toward the south and west, this is one of our better areas to pick up at least some storms. Not everybody's going to get wet, and today's a pretty good example of that. Deming getting some storms. Silver City had a storm a little earlier outside of town, but places like TRC, Socorro, Camado all dry for today, and tomorrow will be one of those days again where we'll grab a storm or two. It's just not going to be widespread stuff. 101 Roswell tomorrow, 100 in Fort Sumner, and 98 in Lovington. Your Roswell extended forecast. We stay hot over the next few days and really all the way through this work week. Going to be well into the 90s with the chance of a spot storm. Across the north and east, temperatures in the 80s and 90s here, but mainly in the 90s. You're going to have to go up into mountain sections of, say, the Sangre de Cristos or over into the Jemez to get yourself into the 80s. But for the most part, we stay very, very warm. Red River at 80 degrees, 92 Taos. Check out Espanola tomorrow, 99. Partly cloudy skies. We could grab a quick storm, but boy, more areas than not will be very dry over the next few days, including Santa Fe in the mid-90s for us. And then here across the East Mountains, temperatures going to be in the 80s around Sandia Park and Cedar Crest, but as you head down toward Estancia and Moriarty, well into the 90s. And here in the metro, nice day tomorrow, but another hot one. High 90s with partly cloudy skies out there, and the extended forecast does not give us much relief from the heat. Maybe a little break Thursday and Friday with a little more moisture, but more than anything else, we are hot throughout the rest of the week.
Ooh, 99?
Yeah, at 99. Wednesday is going to be a rough one.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Sports is next.